good, everybody? It's your boy Banco Boxing, man. Hey, it's your first time on the channel. Go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Today I'll be discussing, shout out to CJ Goodfellow. He did a video saying that PBC is working on a possible rematch between Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter for sometime in 2020, and I'm just going to give my thoughts on it. I believe these guys fought in 2016 when Keith had the, I want to say, the Super WBA welterweight title, and it's a classic fight still to this day, man. If you guys want to see why everyone was so high up on Keith Thurman, go back to 2016, and then after that 2017 when he beat Danny Garcia. But I guess I'm for the fight. It'll be okay. I mean, both these guys don't have a title. It'll be a good barometer to see how good Keith is off of the loss to Manny Pacquiao, and see how good his hands healed up. Like I've said a lot of times on Twitter, Shawn Porter is not an elite welterweight, but he is an elite competitor. And what I mean by that is he has a chance to be in any fight, even though he doesn't have the skills to always win the fight. Now, he's very athletic, and he can make it rough for you. Now, the deal is with this rematch is Keith going to have a better strength and conditioning coach that helps him with his body. He's just susceptible to body shots. I mean, you saw Pacquiao got him with a bad one, I want to say 8th or 9th round. I think somebody said Keith had some bruised ribs already. I don't know, but if you go back to the first fight with him and Shawn Porter, Shawn got him good, and Keith, just used his distance and got away as he can because he was really bothered by it. And what Shawn did, the reason why Shawn lost, Shawn smothered a lot of his work in that fight, just like he do in most of his fights. He smothered a lot of his work. Keith Thurman caught him with more clean shots, and Keith Thurman beat him without using the jab. Keith rarely jabs. So if he jabs and holds and catches Shawn with those hellacious shots he did in that first fight, it might be an easier fight for Keith and a more convincing win than Errol Spence beating Shawn. And if he's able to drop Shawn multiple times or stop him, like CJ said, man, Keith puts himself right back in contention with being, one of the best, if not the best welterweight, because people now are very high on Shawn Porter, but they weren't before he fought Errol Spence. And it's really only because to make Errol Spence look better by bigging up Shawn Porter. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm down for the fight, man. I think I don't know if they do press conferences and stuff like that without his quarantine, stuff like that. If they did, I think it'd be pretty good. We know Keith is a good talker. He'll have a lot to say. We know K. Diddy gonna have something to say, maybe thinking they won the first fight, maybe saying Keith was running from this rematch and all that, and a bag of chips. I believe Keith won on all 3 judges' scorecards when he fought Shawn as well. I could be wrong, but I think Keith won on all their scorecards. So, if I was going to give Shawn keys to victory, is pretty much try to mimic some of the stuff that you saw in the Manny Pacquiao fight with Keith and take advantage of him, not using his ring IQ in the fight. Sneak up on him with your athleticism. Keith had the tendency to pull straight back in that fight and got caught. So if he does that, try to do exactly what Pacquiao did. And Pacquiao also stepped on his foot. So a lot of people didn't see that. Step on his foot, get him out of there. We know, you're going to try to pretty much maul him and make him get tired, just overwhelm him. I don't know how much that work, because Keith was very good off the ropes with those uppercuts and catching Shawn with those uppercuts. And Shawn just don't have the power to really hurt Keith besides the body. But I will say, after Keith fighting a crafty veteran like Pacquiao, he might make easier work of Shawn Porter. If Keith kind of uses movement like he did in the first fight, hold and clinch a lot, use his jab, straight punches, and catches him with those counters, he might sit Shawn Porter down for good. And if he stops him, he'll be the first person to stop Shawn Porter. And I know Keith has the power to do it, because I believe Keith, of course, is a harder puncher than Adrian Broner, and I believe Keith to be a harder puncher than Errol Spence at this point in time. That's just me. There's nothing that Errol's did so far in welterweight, to show me that he hits harder than Keith Thurman. And you can just tell by how Keith punches come off, that he hit hard. If it was anybody but Danny Garcia, go back and watch the first round of Keith versus Danny Garcia. If I think that was anybody besides Danny Garcia, they probably going down in that first round. because Keith wasn't playing no games. But he can't afford to get careless like that if Shawn is able to counter him. Shawn did get better at countering when he fought Errol Spence. He got some good counter shots in on Errol, as well as Errol countered him. Shawn was, dang, if I was watching, I remember it. Shawn left himself open to, I want to say, getting hit with that left hook. I want to say left hook or something. I have to go back and watch him and Errol's fight. But it's the reason why he kept on getting touched every time, because he left himself open for that punch, and his corner never addressed it through the whole fight and said, hey, Shawn, watch out for this punch. You're getting hit by this a lot. But all in all, man, I expect if it's a rematch, I think this could be another classic. I say they put it back on Fox or CBS with no fans. I don't know, man. But I guess I'm for it. They both don't have a belt, so they both need a good fight, and I think this is probably the best fight available for them if they fight, especially if Errol's fighting Danny Garcia, and we don't know who Terrence Crawford is fighting. But what you guys think, man? Let me know in the comments who you think wins, if this is a good fight, if you like it, why or why not. And yeah, it is what it is, man. Make sure you share this on your social media. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You already know it is. Your boy Banko Boxing. I'm out.